Morning in a Soviet canteen of the 1950s began with porridge, thick, gray, and steaming like a fog rising over an early river. The clang of aluminum bowls echoed under the high ceilings. Tired men in heavy coats shuffled through the line, their breath mixing with the kitchen steam. Behind the counter stood Anna Petrovna, a weary cook in a faded apron, stirring a massive pot with a wooden paddle. The porridge was uneven, lumpy, like life itself in those days, but it was warm, and it filled the stomach. Some said Anna secretly added a pinch of sugar to every batch, a silent act of kindness in a world that had little room for sweetness. Workers ate it quickly, standing, with the metallic sound of spoons scraping against bowls. It didn't taste like joy, but like endurance, like the quiet strength that kept the factories alive. Years later, when people remembered porridge with lumps, they didn't recall the taste. They recalled the warmth, the smell of steam and iron, and the feeling that life, though rough, was still theirs. The homemade Soviet cutlet was a masterpiece of survival, golden brown on the outside, humble on the inside. Beneath the crust hid breadcrumbs, onions, and water, carefully seasoned to resemble meat. In the kitchen, the air was thick with the sizzling of oil, the rhythmic slap of patties hitting the pan. For a brief moment, that sound made life feel abundant. Workers joked that it was better to smell the cutlet than to eat it. The aroma's the best part. The cooks, women with flour-streaked hands and tired eyes, guarded their secrets. One would sprinkle pepper she'd saved from home. Another would murmur a quiet prayer over the pan. The result was always the same, a miracle of illusion and warmth. When the cutlet appeared on the plate beside a mound of mashed potatoes and a slice of bread, it looked like a feast, even if it wasn't one. People ate slowly, savoring the rare comfort, as if time itself paused for them. That golden crust didn't just hide bread. It hid hope, the kind that still flickered even in gray factory towns. This soup smelled like soil and smoke, like the memory of fields long harvested. In the great iron pots of factory kitchens, dried carrots, onions, and beets simmered slowly, rehydrating the ghosts of summer. The steam rising from the pot carried the scent of earth and time itself. Workers lined up with metal bowls, their faces red from the cold, their eyes heavy but patient. The soup was thin, nearly transparent, yet it carried something unexplainable, a quiet comfort that came from knowing it was made from what the land still offered. Rumor had it that in one Ural canteen, the cook would toss in a few apple peels to make it smell like home. On those days, people smiled without knowing why. Each spoonful was a reminder that life persisted, even when it was watered down. The broth didn't fill you. It connected you to something older, tougher, something that refused to die. In the clatter of spoons and the hiss of steam, there was a kind of peace. The sound